Hello bookish friends, welcome back to Amanda's Bookish Adventures, and today we are talking about my April reset on reading, my reading plans, how did I do in March, what are my goals, am I doing any readathons for this month? So let's get into it. So the readathon I'm going to be doing this month is Aurelium. It will be my second year with this career, so I won't be getting a master's degree because I believe the first year I did this, I went into the Master of Elements, and that was really, I'm surprised I did that one very successful. That was high reading, and no, I think my career last year and the career that I'm continuing on with is a demonologist. There are specific prompts for that, and I just have the syllabus up on the computer, so I'm going to read you prompts for that and what books I've kind of selected. But let's talk about my March reset. We have some repeats on this book, this TBR. I didn't do very well in March, so I do talk about this in my book haul that I've noticed a trend for the last kind of 3 years. I do very well in April and even in May, but that's because I'm reading like manga and very short books, and then when I get to March I fall off the trend. I've only read one thing in March, and I'm towards the March 28th, and I'm in the middle of things, but I don't want to, and when I do really want to finish, but it's just I don't feel the energy to pick it up. So maybe I'll do a slowly read of that. I'm really almost done, but I don't have the energy to pick it up, and it's nothing wrong with the book, I'm just not in the mood for it right now, and that tends to be why I put down a lot of books as speaking as one of the books that is on this TBR. Now for the first class we will be taking in April, Alchemy Volume Magnificent, all capitals in the book title. And the book title I have chosen Gate to Kashuma by Poppy Kuruki. And this is really small, so I think I'll be very successful. While in Japan researching her family history, a vicious typhoon sends Isla Mackenzie 120 years back into time to the dawn of the Satsumi Rebellion. There she meets her ancestors and a charismatic samurai Kai, with whom she unexpectedly finds romance. But unlike her beloved, Elsa knows about the looming samurai rebellion and Kai's fate. Should she attempt to change history, or somehow make her way back to the life she had before? Compulsive, readable, historic grounded, and irresistible, Gate to Kashuma is an unforgettable tale and timeless love. I am really excited. This was a rec from my sister, and I can't actually wait to get into this. This just sounds perfect right now. And now the second one is Animal Studies, Raccoon Studies, still a book from a TBR. I do have a book selected, The Best Hex Ever. I still have G's TBR. I got it off Libby. I'm not for sure on that, so I'm definitely going to watch other people's TBR videos for Aurelium, and then if I don't find anything I want to read, then I will circle back to The Best Hex Ever. I don't think I need The Art of Illusion for my career. I'm mostly going to try to focus on books I'm definitely going to need classes for my Aurelium career, but it would kind of be nice to actually do all the classes. I think it would be very motivating. So I have selected books. There's some books I haven't. So for now, The Best Hex Ever is in the slot, but if I can find something different, I might. We have Art of Illusion, Distance Manipulation, a book you've already planned for reading for this month. It's another book from last month's reset that I did not get to. And it is Keeper of the Lost Cities Everblade. And if you know, this is becoming a Disney Plus original. I think either airing this year or next. It is about Sophie Foster. She was a genius going to school. I think she's 12 or 13 in the first book. And she's an outsider amongst her classmates, an outsider amongst her family. she runs into this boy Fitz, and he understands her and then reveals that Sophia is a elf, and her being in the human world, they don't understand. She was basically genetically created by a secret society called the Black Swan, and she doesn't understand the purpose. She has interacted with some of the Black Swans members, and she's interacting with the elven members and all these rules and other intelligent creatures. We got orcs, trolls, and other creatures in this world, and it's throwing her for a loop. She's there to change everything, was Black Swan's perspective, but there is another secret society that Sophia and her friends are dueling with, and it's frustrating, and it's middle grade, and it's good. These books made me cry. When I ended up, I think I got to book 6 or book 5, and the rest were kind of being released, and I know they made me cry, so I do want to continue on. And like I said, if I didn't finish this, it was going to automatically roll into April, so we're definitely going to get this read, because I would like to at least continue the books I have before they release this series to Disney Plus, so I can kind of look forward to what's going on, and then can kind of nitpick it but enjoy it nitpick it a little bit but enjoy it. It is overall one of my favorite series that I'm glad to get back into after all this time. Now the next one is Astronomy Lightfall Color Wheel. I did this on my phone, and I got the color purple, so this was also on my TBR for last month. So it says, a king by day, a shadow by night. The great betrayal changed everything for the allied realm. Long ago, the kingdom's noble houses rose up against the goddess, and for their treachery, the firstborn of each noble family was cursed. One with perilous beauty, one with destructive knowledge, and one with insatiable bloodlust. The royal house of Mortal received the worst affliction of all. For while the king exists during the day, he fades into nothingness at night, till his 21st birthday, when he will be forever lost to the shadows. Now an acolyte has arrived at the court, like all second-born children are of the allied realm. She is destined to serve as the goddess and become a seer. Only Solomon has no gift for foretelling. In fact, she has no magical gift at all. Instead, she's surrounded by courtiers and priests and smiling sycophants, whose hearts are filled with secrets and lies. And at the center of it all sits His Majesty kind Hannibal Moteur, with his haunting eyes, sharp tongue, and unerring ability to send her pulse skirting at the worst possible moments. Falling for him is unthinkable, because the king is the last of his line. As a specter of his 21st birthday, and the full force of his curse approaches, the kingdom holds breath. But there is only one way to save the dying king, and it lies the one person who's hiding the biggest secret of all. Cersei. Now, from what I remember, because I did pick it up in January, she gets thrusted onto this world, takes over this position for a seer that died in his kingdom. She's never left her nunnery, basically. She's grown up with these seers, these rules. She's thrusted upon this kingdom. She's dealing with a king who's given up hope, and he knows, like, he has no chance. Like, there's no chance. He has to create a child. If he does not create a child to continue with his line with his paramour, basically his kingdom will be thrusted upon a war. So there's little secrets, lies, definitely trials, and I think other books in this have trials. So maybe this will be a very trial TBR, so we might switch some other things out. It works with the prompt for all purple, and I want to finish it, because when I did read it, when I was in the mood for it, I read it so quickly, and then I put it down because I was not in the mood for it after that. So we're gonna get better with that this month. So the next class is Conjuration, Location Summoning, Random Country Generator, X5 for Arthur. Now this one I'm really excited. So I found a random generator on my phone of countries, and I think you can choose any of the top 5 countries. South Korea came out, and I'm gonna be reading Under the Oak Tree, the novel, volume 1. I've only read the manga source, and I pre-ordered the second one, and I'm so excited to actually dive into the world more detailed than the manga. So it says, most fairy tales end with a wedding and a happily ever after. This is no fairy tale. Lady Maximum is the daughter of the powerful Duke Gross, but she is rarely allowed outside her family's sprawling castle for the fear that her stutter will tarnish their noble name. When she is forced to marry Sir Riften, a low-born knight caught in one of her father's schemes, Maxie doesn't dare to hope for happiness, let alone love. Her stumbling communication and his gruff manner sour their relationship before it can begin, and Riften leaves without a word the morning after the vows are exchanged. Now 3 years after their disastrous wedding night, Riften has returned a war hero. To Maxie's surprise, despite the rumors that he was offered a marriage to Princess Agnes, a beautiful and renowned sorceress, Riften still wants Maxie for his wife. And when he comes to claim her, his desire bewilders Maxie, even as she is overcome by scorching heat that Riften presents and nights with her. She learns to navigate the interstices of her new life. Maxie will find herself in the courage and discover that she's anything but powerless. Now, what's really great about this is because the manga, I know some of the source, but we're gonna get more detail. I have pre-ordered the book 2. I also have the manga, book 1, that I read on my Kindle. You know, I've read a lot of it off Webtoon. I was so happy when they published the manga series, but then when they translated this from this South Korean author, I'm actually there's a lot of light novels you can get in Kindle Unlimited that's translated from other authors in those countries, but this one called to me, and I love the manga so much that I have high hopes to really love this and get more background. Alright, what is the next class after that? Conjuration. Alright, Demonology, which I'll definitely need. Demonology, Vanishing Basics, a book with a missing person. I'm not very good with that. I have a couple books that I can think of. Sadie is one of the books that was very kind of popular a couple years ago on BookTube, and it's kind of like a podcast of her story and I think her sister's, so I might have to look more into this. Not on the top of my head with books I own. Maybe I have a book that I was considering unhauling that might work for this, but it's not in the room, so we will definitely have to select a book for this later. So the next one we have Elemental Studies, Earth Fruits, Fruit on the Cover. I do have a book for this. I just could not find it. I think it's in this tote down here, but I will have to talk about it in the vlog because on the top of my head, it's called Sorry Bro. On the top of my head, I don't know what it's about. I know it's a sapphic romance. I think it's one of the main characters going back to their native country and interacting with family members or trying to find herself. It's hopefully in there. If not, if I can't find it, I'll end up just finding like a Kindle book or something with fruit on the cover and talk about it in one of the vlogs for this month. So we have spells and incantation, copy and paste, word from your last book title. I am not doing that. Yes, I will do it, but I think I'm gonna have to wait till I read something. And then once I finish something from this TBR, we will find a book that will work with this. On the top of my head, the last book I read on my Goodreads has orc in it. Like, I guess we could select the last book I read. It was like Trolls of Torquay. It's a novella series. Maybe from that. If not, something definitely from this TBR will work for this prompt of me finding a new book, which most likely will be a Kindle book or off Libby. Now, Artisticity, Clockwork Mechanics. Check the AM, p.m. title length to match. So I think this was when you watched a book, when you watched what time you watched the announcement video. Mine was 1 o'clock, so that was like one word title. So we are going to be reading Immortal by Su Lin Tan. Even though it kind of connects to another series, this is considered a standalone. As the heir of Taxina, Lin must ascend to the throne and renew her kingdom's pledge to serve the immortals who protected them from a vicious enemy. But when she is poisoned, Lion's father steals an enchanted lotus to save her. Enraged at his betrayal, the immortal queen commands the powerful god of war to attack Siam. Upon her grandfather's death, Lian ascends a precarious throne, vowing to end her kingdom's obligation to the immortals. When she is summoned to the immortal realm, she seizes the opportunity to learn their secrets and to form a tenuous alliance to safeguard her people, all with the one she should fear, mistrust the most, the ruthless gods of war. As they are drawn together, a treacherous attraction ignites between them, one she has to resist, to not endanger all she is fighting for, yet with dark forces closing around them, and her kingdom plunged into peril. Lian must risk everything to save her people from an unspeakable fate, even if it means forging a dangerous bond with the immortal, even if it means her losing her life. Now, if you watch my book haul next week, there's a book that's very similar to this, but I hauled this first, so we are going to be reading this one, and it works because it is one word, but it's also capitalized. Yeah, all capitals in one book. So this could have worked for that prompt as well. All right, so the cover, inscription, the hook, first sentence, challenge, try 3, pick the best. So kind of choose 3 books, read the first sentence from each of those 3 books, and then whatever hooks you, that is the book you will read. I'm gonna do that in a vlog. That way I can have different books, like especially like if I want a mood read or something, we can select options and go from there. And we have Psychics and Divinations, book with witches, for the occult. I just hauled this, my first haul of the year. We're going to be reading Wooing the Witch Queen by Stephanie Burgess. Love can be a witch. Queen Saskia is the wicked sorceress everyone fears after wresting the throne from her evil uncle. She only wants one thing: to keep her people safe. She needs to spend more time in her laboratory experimenting with her spells. She definitely doesn't have time to bring an order to her chaotic library of magic. When a mysterious dark wizard arrives at her castle, Saskia hires him as her new librarian on the spot. Fabian is sweet and a little nerdy, and his requests seem a bit strange. What in the name of the divine Alva is a fountain pen? But he's getting the job done, and if he writes her flirtatious poetry and his innocent touch makes her skin singe, well, little does Saskia know that the wizard she's falling for is actually an imperial archduke in disguise. He's on the run with perilous secrets on his trail and a fast-growing yearning for the wicked sorceress. When his identity is finally revealed, will their love save them or doom them? And I think it's going to be a series, or hopefully I'm still going to read it even if it's out of order. It's by the Queen, the title, I think the series name is The Queens of Villainy. So, pretty. It kind of makes me excited. The only thing, and this is why I kind of want to, for one of the prompts, is steal a book off another TBR. Which one was that? Yeah, Animal Studies. That's why I kind of was watching other TBRs, because we had to read a witch book, and with G's, that is a witch book, but that was one of the books I got for free with Libby. I am going to watch other people's TBRs to find hopefully a better option, so I'm not reading too many witch books. I want to read one, but I might read that one first, and then if I have to read, if I can't find another option, I will read G's book. but I want to read that one first so I don't get influenced or like be tired of reading witch books. Hey, Restorations, Uncommon Antidotes, a book with a 4+ average rating. I have not done that, so let's go to Goodreads and see. And let's go to Goodreads. I'm gonna have to sign in. Sign in with email. Let's see if that works. If not, I'm gonna have to change the password. And I really don't want to right now. Alright, so we need to go to my profile. And I'm gonna check. Alright, let's check TBR and go highest rating. If not, we're gonna check want to read and then go from there. So how do we sort? How do you check average rating? Oh, right here. That's a witch book. Oh, this is on pages. It's different on my phone. I can just scroll down. You know, that actually wouldn't. Oh, it's book 6. That's book 4. Give me. Did not expect all those low ratings. Sorry, not the fun. Alright. Okay. Here's one. Big Bad Alien. And I have it on my Kindle. And it is kind of different from the others because it's science fiction romance. So it says Scarlett has never heard anything good about Voltaire, but when she encounters one on her way to her grandmother's house, he's nothing like she expects to be afraid of, especially when he threatens to keep her forever. But what if she doesn't want him to let her go? Humans took everything from Finnar, and he's determined to make them pay. And a pretty little human stumbles into his path, and she seems like the perfect target for his revenge. If only she didn't awaken his feelings he thought was gone forever. It is a standalone romance, which is good. It's a retelling by Honey Phillips. I might select this option. It works, and I will show you the cover when I'm editing. But it'll probably just be right here. I like it. That is a very good option. If not, maybe we'll have to find something while we're in that. Okay, this one is another one I don't have anything for. So we have Shapeshifting, which I'm pretty sure I will need. Miniature Dragon in the title. There's a novella I've been wanting to read. Also, I do own Fourth Wing on my Kindle. I could read that. So that is a high possibility for this. So those are all the prompts for Aurelium and all the classes. So you definitely want to join. I'll link down below. This will be in my book haul. But if I can squeeze this on here, I will get to it. If not, it'll roll over into next, I think May. It'll roll into May. I won't read the description because that's a maybe book. There are other books I'm kind of hoping to get to. Overall, it's a good solid TBR. We do have to select other books. I have a couple days for that. Overall, intentions, like I said with April, I do want to read 10 pages a day. I would like, because I'm going to spoil the book haul a little, I purchased 12 books in the towards the end of February, basically in March. This was the last one I received 2 days, so I filmed my book haul first. I need to read 14 books in March. Even if some is digital, I have 2, maybe a couple pre-orders, or at least Amazon is showing 2. And then I do think I have pre-orders coming from Barnes & Noble. So if I read the 14, or I'll be happy to just read 12. If I read digitally, physical, that means that is 12 first hauled. And then if I have to read more books the next month, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna, like a big popular videos on YouTube, how people are reading down their TBR. And yes, I do definitely need, because some of these are newer books and books I hauled. So maybe for May's Reset, we're going to be putting books that have been around for a long time. I think that might be a goal for May. But I would really like to read more books than I'm hauling. So like how Becca has hers, Jade has hers, and they have all, like where they do a vlog a month, where they're reading down like one shelf of their TBR. I'm trying to read as many books as I haul. That's my goal for this year, is like to read more than I haul. So if I haul 12, like I have, then I plus 2, I'm just gonna count 12. And then we'll move on for April in the next haul. We need to read 12 books, and majority I need to read physical books. So that is my goal for April. These are the books I'm looking forward to. If you've read any of them down below, let me know which ones I should start with. If you have any recommendations for Aurelium classes, or if you're doing Aurelium, the readathon, if you want to steal a book from my TBR, link a book down for yours. I might read it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a good April reading month, and I hope everything is well, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!